Sunil. So for this week question, QA team is saying that they are not getting sufficient time, or they are not getting appropriate ample of time to test their data or to done their work. Okay, so what could be the situation, how we can handle it, and what could be the solution? So first we have to think whether it is one time instance or in a recurring instance, whether it is recurring all the time. So that way we have to fix it. We have to think it off. If it is that this time only this incident is happening, then we can just have this point in our retro meeting and we can discuss over there. On the other hand, if it is happening continuously, if it is a recurring one, in that case probably we have to think where, in what situation this one is occurring. Okay, so probably the first case could be with a dev environment. Okay, whether if that is the dev environment is not proper, and if you are facing something continuously on the environment, this is a kind of persistent, right? So in this case, so in some projects and some environment, there should be some downtime all the sprint. They may be having some downtime. So in that case, development team may not able to finish the task. They may get more time to work to get this done. So that case, probably QA team may end up with may not able to accomplish their goals. This is one scenario, and the second scenario is underestimation. This could be the case. So to the result of this first one, the environmental issue, we have to work with the central team or methodology team or any team who can fix this one. We have to align with them and make sure that this kind of environmental issue is continuously repeating. So what could be the ideal solution for this? If this is continuing, then it is very tough for us. We have to pose the challenges as well. It is very tough for us to deliver the products in appropriate time, and please don't expect the quality of result like that. We cannot say this is abruptly, but we can place our challenges. We can raise the flag stating that this cannot be done. Okay, so this way we can avoid the environmental issue. We have to work with them and we have to fix it with them. The second point is underestimation. See, some people may think that to provide some clear picture, may hesitate to provide some clear picture because they may think that what if others will think of us if we are providing more estimation or something else. So underestimation, we have to ensure with the team why it has been underestimated, or else we can empiricism. We can use empiricism technology. Same kind of things were used already. Same kind of user stories or something else were used already. In that case, we can refer them and ask them whether that time it has done with appropriate goals, or we accomplished with goals like that. We can check with them and we can move. Okay, this is the one case. Okay, it is an underestimation. And another one issue how it can happen is a dependency. Say for example, I am depending with some input with some other team or some data. If I am depending, then in that case, in that situation, developer may extend this work and QA team may not be having applicable time. Okay, ample of time to finish this item. So for these steps, we have to plan it accordingly when we are doing our planning meeting itself. So if you are expecting any dependencies or anything else with some other team, we have to pull that product backlog item to the next sprint until we are very sure that that team who is going to provide the source can be able to provide that one. So we can think it off and we can do the appropriate planning. So planning will help us here. Identify the dependency or risk or issue, anything over here. Okay. So, and then the fifth point is that unit test may not be in place. So as per Agile, as per Scrum, it is a cross-functional. Everything is going in parallel. It is not like waterfall. Once the development team has finished, then only remaining unit testing will pitch into the scenario. Not like that case. So in that situation, when the unit test, when the testing team has been prepared with their unit test case, in that case they can do simultaneously. Okay, it is not like a testing team or someone else. In Agile environment, everything can be done by the developers itself. That means it is a cross-functional team. Everyone can pitch in and learn on how to do these things and all. So in that scenario, if a developer is making some delay, probably at the meantime, the person who's about to test can prepare some test case and be ready with the items. So this way we can avoid this thing. Okay, test case should be in place appropriately. Okay, and then another one thing, attitude. But again, attitude will be a rare scenario in agile thing, and probably if it is a waterfall, attitude may take place. Why? Because for all the time one person showing some attitude and purposely not able to provide the ample of time for the developers. So because estimation is taking place by all the team members, not only one person or some senior persons alone. So everyone is taking care of the estimation part. So even if some couple of members having some controversial, this cannot ideally be the situation. Rare cases only this attitude matter. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth point, requirement is not so clear. In that case, it may get delayed. If the product owner is not providing the appropriate requirement clarity, then in this situation, developers may struggle to finish the developing item, and then it will get delayed for the QA team. So this thing we have to work with product owner. We have to closely work and get the clarity from the product owner. In that case, we can avoid this situation. This could be the solution for this situation. And another one thing is that change of the goal, or probably we may not change the goal at mostly, but pulling out some item and ad hoc request, or product owner may come and ask us to include some other product backlog item as an ad hoc, okay, saying that is a priority. So in some scenarios it is acceptable. It means if they are asking then and there, then it's fine. Continuously if this is happening, then we need to challenge with the product owner and stating that this shouldn't repeat. Okay, so in that case a developer may take more time and testers may not able to get. So for this one, on the requirement clarity, everything, it is completely with product owner. We have to work with the product owner, make them understand not to change the items very frequently in order to avoid the delay in deliveries and all. So this thing we have to work with the product owner. Okay, so then thank you so much. Looking forward for the next week question.
Hi all, good morning. This is Deepika here. Today's question is, if a team member who is playing the role of tester claims that they are getting less time for performing their testing activities, so how are we going to deal with this situation? So we know that in Scrum team it includes Scrum Master, Product Owner and Development team. And Development team may consist of developers, testers and also deployment engineers. So to answer this today's question, there can be n number of reasons why the testers are getting less time. So few I would like to list here is like, we know because of this pandemic situations we all work in the remote places and like in the distributed teams. So time zone can also be one of the reason, because there cannot be like people may not be responding, or there is no proper handover when the tasks are closed or when they are assigned, or when there is any acknowledgement between any task. So there might be not proper handover within the teams, and because of which there can be delay in performing their activities. And another reason can be like the testing team might not have the relevant data, or the test cases may not be ready. So in that situation, what I would feel like, we have to engage or communicate with the necessary team, like understanding the requirement is very much essential, so that we have the relevant data before we start with our testing activity. And also there can be various situations like the unstable environment. When I say that, I can say that if the server is not up, the testing server where we are performing the activity is not supporting for our activities. So this can also be one of the situation. And also if the tools are outdated but still the client recommend us to continue with the usage of the same tools, then at that point of the time, though the developers will create what is required based on the requirements or the priorities as per the sprint planning, QA testers will act like the extra set of eyes to guide the process to the perfection. I can say they will be testing all the positive and the negative scenarios to ensure the quality of the deliverables. So in these cases, I can say if the testing team will have to prioritize their work, and if they feel they are getting less time to perform their testing activities, they need to plan a strategy. I think they have to go through with the risk-based testing, and accordingly, based on the requirement, also they can carry out the testings. So in reality, we know that testing doesn't mean only we are detecting the bugs, but also it will enhance the user experience based on various external factors, which might be including design, responsiveness, user friendliness, etc. In waterfall model, we know all the activities are carried out in a sequential manner, but in agile, we know that all the activities, it can be development, testing, it will be going hand in hand, that is parallelly. So tester may not wait until the developers will be completing their task, but they can start planning the strategy with the test cases, all the requirements gathering, and they can capture all the data. Time constraint is not only applicable for the QA testers, it can be for any of the team members if things are not working as expected, I can say. For example, in the current team where I am working, there is a similar scenario where the developers have completed their task and they have assigned for the testing team for performing the testing activities, and there they have noticed an issue where there is some manual input required, and which is a kind of process deviation from the normal process, and now it is been reassigned to the developers and they are reworking on it. So at this point of time, testers have to wait, and they might, until they complete the dev team complete their activity, it is like they cannot proceed. So as a workaround, what we have suggested is the testers also need to be working with the development team to understand the where the issue is arised and where the automation is required. So with this collaboration, team is able to work together and come with a solution. So whenever we are using any outdated tools or older versions of the application for our activities, it can be for our deployment or testing or anything, we know that there are a couple of challenges which team member will be facing because of the load balancing issues. The application will be performing very slow, and the performance also will be very slow, and because of which there is extra manual effort which the team member has to put to complete that task. So keeping all this in mind, maybe like the team member can have raised the issue saying that they might require the additional time to complete the task.
So coming to the next action point, where we gathered with all the lead from the team. Though I am every time mentioning the dev team and testing team, it should be the one scrum team, but still, as this is the way it is happening in our particular team, that's why I am explaining it in this way. So we had a meeting with them and explained them the real scenario what a testing team is currently facing, and we tried to see what complexity which development team is facing. That's why they are delivering that user story at the last day before of the sprint. So the thing is that dev team it has a new member in the team. They are all in the level 12, so they are actually having little difficulty in solving the problem. That's why it is taking a little bit of time, and sometimes it has been found that the requirement is not proper. So we asked, and so during development team has to reach out to the business owner, the PO for that. So, and sometimes we have seen acceptance test fail, so let's try to understand whether the acceptance is missing from so BA has to miss that one, and why dev team has accepted that one during planning. So all these things we're trying to get the answer why. Now the contingency sprints before sprint, where there is a lot of spillover from previous sprint as well, and dev team keep on adding or not resolving their task on time. So testing team is not getting time to close all the story before the production cutover, and they are feeling it is a huge pressure on the testing team,
and they are getting all frustrated because of this. Like they need to work on the weekend also to meet the cutover. So this is actually a real problem which is happening. So solution for it, like we have already spoke to the entire scrum team, that don't divide yourself as a dev team or the testing team. If any user story is assigned to you, then it will be your responsibility that how you are going to take this up or going to move that user story in the closed state. So it is not like that you have completed your coding and moved that user story in the resolve state and putting that to the testing team means your task is done. It is not like that. Have the agile mentality within you. Try to collaborate with the testing team at the earliest and help them resolving the issues if they are facing anything during testing. Try to collaborate with them and have that take that responsibility to finish that particular. Hi everyone, today's topic is a scenario based topic where QC has a concern, like they are not able to get the proper timing for the testing once the development team is done with their development. So what could be the resolution for this? I would like to tell you that the same scenario even I am facing in my team currently, where they have a development team and the testing team. Both will be like for both of the team there will be one user story. Once dev team has been done with their user story, they will put that particular user story to resolve state and assign that to a testing team, and testing team will be taking up for further verification and testing, and after done with the testing they'll be assigning back to the BA for the verification and closing the story. So now the problem is team is taking up they are doing estimation, and during estimation the all the POs, then dev team member and testing team member all will be present and they'll be giving the estimation, but it has been seen almost in every sprint. It is a 2-week sprint, and it can be seen that whether it is a 5 user story point or it is a 8 user story point, dev team will be delivering their user story at the last day of. One more solution could be like the cross-functional team. Like if one person is taking up the user story, they should have the capability to that finish that user story from start to end. Like he or she will be developing and testing end-to-end functionality for it. So this is like right now we can't implement it immediately, but definitely we can have a proposal that where we can see the cross functionality between the team members. Like we if training is needed, we can arrange a training also for that. Though our testing team are good at automation, so definitely know the languages also, whether it is a Java, Perl or anything like that, and dev team also is good at other languages, so it won't be very difficult to go for the automation testing if they want to learn something. So better to have a cross-functional team member within that particular thing. So definitely I think in this way you can somehow resolve this particular issue. The main point is you have to have the accountability for that particular user story which you are working upon. So we have given this solution recently, so we are yet to get